Yo, yo, hey, yo, how's it going? Cheers, cheers, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Oh, you can't see me. You can't see me yet, hello. Oh, hey, there we are, hello, hello, cheers, cheers. Let me turn this camera on. It's one of those days. It's one of those days we might need these right off the bat. I might need these right off the bat. Maybe not, I don't know. No, I do, it's rough. It's a rough day. I know. Or is it? Is it a great opportunity? Is it a perfect opportunity for those of you? Anyone new? I just saw, I just jumped in and was trying to catch up with some comments. Someone just said they just joined the crypto space. If you just joined the crypto space, if you're if you're Jake and you just joined and you're 3 months in, congratulations. What a great time to be here. Hopefully there's a lot of you because this is a really opportune time to be in this space. Very exciting moment. If you can keep your wits about you, and if you can, remove the emotions from what really is a huge loss. I made two big buys yesterday and still took a loss, and that's just how it goes. I did call below 40 cents, and I saw it hit 38. I was like, sweet, and I bought a chunk, and then it hit 36. I was like, ooh, I should have waited for 36, and I bought a chunk, and then boom, now it's at 34. It was at 35, then 34. No big deal. As I said yesterday, under 40, I'm buying every day. Under 40, buying every day. Looking at how low we can test this number, still seeing people losing faith. As I said yesterday, there's probably people on the fence, and it's, I can't say enough to convince someone of anything, so I'm not going to. My job is not to convince anyone of anything. I'm just here telling you guys about the information I have in front of me. I'm not a financial advisor, so hello, welcome. Good day. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Possibly good night. How are we all feeling today? What's happening? What's happening? Congratulations to whoever said they were in the 5%ers. Also, congratulations. Welcome to the 5% club. What's up with everybody? Let's just say hey to the room. Before we jump into any news, let's just jive. Let's just jive, you and me, for a second. I feel like we never get to do that. I feel like I'm always yelling at you guys, blah blah blah. Life's great. Get out there and work harder. And then we're let's look at news, and then the whole thing's over. Let's just sit, let's connect, you and me, for a minute. I took a big dive. I took a big hit yesterday. Everybody took a big hit, or did you? You didn't really take a hit unless you sold out. You maybe missed out on a better opportunity. That's how I feel. When I feel oh, I saw it drop further after I made a big buy, of course there's a little bit of that FOMO happening, a little bit of that, I wish I could have gotten that lower position, especially when you make big purchases. But in hindsight, recognizing that I did buy, at some 40 cents something, at 50 cents something, just recognizing that that's okay. That's why you make regular purchases. It's okay in reality. Trying to separate the emotion from the purchase, looking at the utility moving forward of these tokens, etc., etc. If you ever have any doubts, if you ever are wondering I can't hold on anymore, and you don't like my videos, if you get tired of my exciting flare videos. I made one yesterday. It does say 37 cents instead of 35 cents, but it's pretty much just a speculation video. There's no prices on it. There's no prices about where it's going to go. It's just me having some fun with the information and speculating about my last video about the one called But Is It XRP? If you guys need to pick me up, go watch that video. I posted it this morning at 6 a.m. before I started working, and go watch that video if you need to pick me up throughout the day if you need that. If you're tired of those videos, the ones I do, and you need to pick me up, just go watch David Schwartz. Just go watch a David Schwartz video. He literally will make you feel better every time. In fact, I just put up a tweet that's literally just a David Schwartz quote. It's a David Schwartz quote. It's just straight from the last video they put up with David Schwartz. It's good stuff. He's very, very thoughtful. That guy. He's very smart. Very thoughtful. His foresight and his smooth, calm delivery of information really kind of just brings it all together. It really kind of brings confidence back to your britches. It brings confidence back to your britches, boys and girls and everyone. So whatever happened here? What are we looking at? We're at XRP 34 cents. I called it yesterday. I said we're going to see 38, 36. I even said 30. 32 into 28, but we don't see 32 yet. Bitcoin did take a big hit as well, but inside the top three, why does XRP have the biggest loss? Why does XRP have the biggest loss inside the top 3. Probably because of a lot more FUD. Probably because of a lot more FUD. One being this this law firm that decided to announce this group lawsuit against XRP. The Rosen law firm, global investor rights law firm, announced investing, whether Ripple Labs, etc., etc. I think they're like asking people to join it too. They're like, join the lawsuit. Tell us if you lost money. Join the lawsuit today. So, you know, what is this really? Is Rosen law firm just trying to do a publicity stunt? Are they just trying to get more clients? Are they just trying to look for some headline recognition? I would say yes. I would say definitely. Do they actually think they're going to win the case? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a lawyer. Honestly, this looks like it could be coming in our favor. This could be weighing in our favor. If this is another pending speculative, lawsuit, security lawsuit, and the price drops further, that can benefit us. It can benefit you as long as you still believe in the tech. It benefits you as long as you still believe what's happening and where we're headed, et cetera, et cetera. So potentially, this I think is a big effect on the market. This has a really big effect on the market. Doing the price analysis of XRP is hard when you don't really know. Like no one really knows. There was a big slip yesterday. People were saying there was a huge move in Binance. I saw some people tweeting about the move in Binance and what's happening. So before we get into the news, talk to me. What's happening with you guys? How are we feeling? I didn't even say hi to the room yet. How are we doing? What's going on? Ant Host, what's up? Mr. Pace, Jake, Blade, Steph, Corey, Kevin G, the Great Pate, King Blue, how's it going, everybody? Bill Gould, XRP Yoda, what up, what up? How is everyone? Julio, Clara B, Bricks, Meowgi. How are we all feeling today? How are we all feeling today? You feel amazing. I like that. I like that. You feel amazing. You turned 38 yesterday? Congratulations. Congratulations. Very cool. Yeah, honestly, so much good news about happening with XRP. It's kind of fun. It's great to see this drop in reality. And really what's crazy is just like I was making that video it was basically called Smart People Are Winning. Because I think that people know where this is headed. Like it's basically like just look at the technology, look at the development of what's happening with a continual refinement of the product, continual refinement of the service and what it offers. And I know people are speculative about XRP's final use case and why banks would use it, et cetera, et cetera. We've already talked about the application layer that they'll probably place on top of the XRP ledger to create all the possible things that a centralized bank would want, like freezing funds and reversing funds. I think that all will happen on an application layer, and that, again, them supporting XRP as a neutral ledger brings the utility to the people, us to offer, letting developers build out applications to serve people. It's very exciting times, very exciting times. And again, looking at just the simple idea of continual refinement, looking at who wouldn't build on top of the better, more efficient, cheaper version. So I'm still feeling very good, even if I did buy at 38 and it took a big drop. Also, Ethereum Classic's back down to 11th position at $16, so we knew that was going to happen. Did it even go live? I don't think it even went live on Coinbase, did it? Golly, Coinbase, what are they doing? So Ethereum Classic didn't even go live. The volume's still really high on Ethereum Classic, but it dropped below EOS. So Ethereum Classic's volume's still outpacing Bitcoin Cash and XRP. And I don't know, not to like scare anyone, not to like ruffle anyone's feathers or scare anyone, but would it really hurt your feelings if Bitcoin Cash took position number 3? Because it might happen. It might happen. With the lawsuit, the news is going to bounce it around some more. Another pending group lawsuit, more speculative investors jumping out of the ship because of the possible pending losses. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It could moon tomorrow. Don't get me wrong. It could skyrocket tomorrow. We don't know when the SBI API goes live and when that volume comes through. We don't know when XRapid goes live. We don't know when any of these things are happening. So it's all speculative. But obviously a big whale or some big moves tip the market. Obviously we also lost I think $9 billion inside of just Bitcoin in a very short period of time. The entire crypto market's under 230 billion. And BTC dominance is headed towards 49%, almost 50%. So this is exactly what we've been talking about for weeks. Exactly what we've been talking about. It's a pendulum swinging back and forth. We have the crypto market under 230 billion, and we have BTC dominance swinging back towards 50% at the same moment. It's just going to come right back. It's just going to come. Everyone's going to jump flying into BTC. It's going to shoot right back up, and as funds come into BTC, it's going to disperse right back into all the altcoins as it did before. And some altcoins obviously won't make it. Some altcoins obviously will be left behind. The 90% of them, 90% of them will be left behind. And you know, we could see XRP lose that third spot. I'm afraid, with the 3 billion difference between Bitcoin Cash and XRP right now. Bitcoin Cash having that year benchmark under their belt, them having the new apps that are all launching, etc., etc. And if you watch the video we just did, was
fire sale. Fire sale. I just want to thank everyone who's selling their position in XRP so I can invest in my future. Carrot.
Carrot. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, William May. You're funny. That's great. Fire sale's right. It is a fire sale. Honestly, I was speculating about these prices, but I wasn't 100% sure we'd get them. So it's very exciting to see this under 40 cents buy-in opportunity. Looking at under 35 cents even. Under 35 cents is insane. If we see 32 cents, if we test 28 cents, that's just beyond mind-boggling. And of course, you have people on Twitter that are like, blah, 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 I told you so, blah, 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 your coin's dying, blah, blah, blah. I really don't care about any of that stuff. It literally means nothing to me to have a bunch of naysayers and haters and speculators saying whatever they want. It doesn't mean anything to me because all we have to do is look at the technology and look at the refinement of the technology. We have to look at basically the reality that there's a reason smart people, they're not telling you they're going to do this. Most people are not making a YouTube channel to tell you about this live. They're just going and doing it. They're just working and putting their money into the tokens that they believe in. And believe you me, if you understand this technology and if you're not just like literally blinded by your Bitcoin maximalism, then this looks really strong. It doesn't. There's nothing. I've never seen anything look stronger. Honestly, I was just talking to someone yesterday. They came to town to do they're a keynote speaker at a finance event in Austin, and I was talking to them about ICE and the New York Stock Exchange launching a global digital asset system. They don't even know. Like no one. They're not even aware of that. They're going to give a speech, a keynote. They're a keynote speaker at a finance event, at like a World Financial Planner event. And sure, it's just financial planners, no big deal, not a big deal, right? But again, looking at this is so under discussed. It's under exposed. It's underexposed in the media, and in reality, the media is so reactive. Again, referencing the video I posted early this morning about the smart people are winning. Like no one's able to like tell you about this beforehand, really. You have to speculate, you take a risk, and you can be rewarded by your strong risk, basically because you can compile the information yourself. Waiting for the thread of information to go from a developer release to a news journalist reactive report to then the consumer hearing about it, that's too far a wait. That's too far a wait. That's why there's no return there. And so potentially, if you are concerned about the loss, then don't pay attention to it. If you're not buying, I put this tweet out yesterday. If you're not buying, don't worry about the price. If you're not buying, don't worry about the price. And so I think that's really important to remember. I'm buying, so I'm worried about the price because I want it to go lower. I want it to go a little bit lower. I can buy more. Potentially looking at where we are with this Bitcoin price fall, over 9 billion wiped off Bitcoin's value after the SEC postpones key decision on cryptocurrency ETF. We already knew this. We already knew this was going to happen. They're not going to hand over this ETF decision to the little kids. They're not going to hand over this ETF decision to Van Erck's investment firm. They're not going to do it. They're going to hand it over to the big boys. They're going to hand it over to their buddies, the ones that they've been hanging out at the country club with. No big deal. No big deal. And I don't think we expect anything else. I honestly don't think we expected anything else to happen from other than this. This is exactly what we've been saying is going to happen. The Bitcoin dominance is increasing. Bitcoin price is dropping. The rest of the market, there's not a single coin in the top 100 that's green. There's not a single coin, maybe actually one. There's one coin, not even Tether. You guys can't see that because I moved it, but there's literally one coin in the top 100 that's green. One out of 100, and it's up 4%, and it's just some rando coin. It means nothing. It means nothing. Literally every single coin's red. The entire market's red. The entire market's down, and that's pretty much a big indicator that this is an important time. This is an important time to be aware, especially thinking back to like what I was saying in the beginning. If you just came to the space, if you're early, 3 months in, brand new to crypto, if I just talked to you the other day and I told you to come watch my channel, and I was like, go watch me do these new live streams. If that was you, if you're new to this space, welcome, congratulations. You are very fortunate. I don't think that there's potentially an easy way to call a bottom. I don't think there's an easy way to call a bottom.
Buffalo pickles moon pies with a ham sandwich. My lady computer voice makes me hot.
I appreciate that, Chris Ford. I appreciate that laugh. I needed that laugh today. I was just getting a little bit serious. It's rough when you actually see like a big buy go down like that, and it's hard to keep your emotions separate. It's hard to keep your emotions separate. But always thinking about looking long, in a long position, right? I'm not trying to sell these tokens tomorrow. I'm not trying to, make a gain next week. So it's okay. It's fine. Thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Buffalo pickle moon pies. Nice. It's a great buying opportunity. And so in reality, I'm trying to acquire as much XRP as I can right now. I told you guys that already. I told you I was kind of waiting for this. I wasn't too public about it, just like telling you guys for sure it was going to happen because I didn't know. I did drop hints every now and then, like I think it's going to go lower. I know Maurice and I were back and forth about how low it would go, but pretty low. It's going pretty low. It's going pretty low. So the price analysis, how low can we go? How low? It's the limbo, XRP limbo. Exactly. Thank you so much for saying that. Prodigal's right. Prodigal's right. Don't shoot your whole load at once. Don't do the whole load at once. That's pretty much what I did too, is I just portioned it out, thinking it would possibly do that, possibly go lower, and it did. But again, I wish I would have waited just for the 36 to then get to the 34 instead of 38 to 36. No big deal. I'll buy more today at 34, and then it'll go to 32. I'll buy more at 34. It'll go to 32. I guarantee you. I'll do that just for you guys. Just for you guys. So Ripple price tumbled. The daily close below 40 cents. The trend lines. I was in Binance watching this happen. Just looking at that sell wall. Just looking at the sell wall. Looking at the drop happen. Definitely some really big positions let go of. And it's interesting to watch that happen because you can almost see a snowball effect. You can see the ticker, you can see the movement, it starts to drop, and everybody races out of the token. Everybody races to get into a tether. And then you can see a real drop happen, mostly because people are leaving it to go to tether, and then another little orchestrated drop maybe. Some people come back in, they didn't time it right, they lose more. It's rough. It's rough. Panic sellers, exactly. Panic sellers for sure. Panic sellers is real. And looking at the possibility of the last few days is really a really strong indicator for what happens all the time. It's what happens all the time. We have the reality of news comes out, no one cares until Ethereum Classic starts running, until a FOMO happens. Once FOMO happens, boom, everyone buys in and rushes in. You could have waited, you could get in right now for the same price before that whole run up. So you can see that happening, and that's going to happen with XRP. XRP is in this weird phase right now where people are still thinking like, I don't know what's going to happen with the decision for it. Is anyone going to use it, etc., 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 etc. And then boom, it'll start taking off, and people will race to get back in it. That's potentially what I think is going to happen. This article was not my favorite to bring up, but I feel like it's out there. You guys might stumble upon it on your own. I want to look at it with you. Ripple technical analysis. Nail entering coffin as price breaks the vital catastrophic level of 35 cents. Floodgates are open. Floodgates are open. So how low will it go? This isn't really that much other than the potential to drop back to 20 cents. That's what they're calling it. They're calling the potential to drop back to 20 cents per XRP. I don't know if I'd wait for that. I don't know if I could say wait for 20 cents. It looks like we'll definitely test 32 cents, maybe 33 cents today. We'll probably see a good pop, a bounce after that. Stewart XRP is calling 28 cents. I think that's probably more likely. Like I was saying yesterday, 28 cents is probably a possibility. So what do you really expect? How low do you expect it to go? It's hard to say. That's why we say, regular investments. So the Yale data, according to Yale data, here is the best time to buy. Here is the best time to buy. The price of Bitcoin's known for its wild swings. After all, it's a decentralized cryptocurrency that isn't backed by any government. Case in point today, it's seen more dramatic moves than this. It might be impossible for the average investor to figure out which way the digital asset's headed. But a new report by two Yale University economists analyzing historical price patterns suggests that there are actually two indicators you can use to get the idea. Looking at the Ripple and Ethereum data as well, they go through the momentum effect and the investor attention effect. And both of these combined really yielding possibly better speculation about what's happening in the market. So what are they saying? Basically, the first significant factor is momentum. Momentum is actually something simple. If things go up, they continue to go up. So that's what we're talking about, FOMO and FUD. So momentum is real. Investor attention effect. So looking at the interest and hype around cryptocurrencies measured by investors searching or posting online. So again, looking at these two combinations, that's not that, neither of those is tied to the technology, the efficiency, the speed, the reality of the nodes and validators being, not for profit, the reality that they, just the conversation hasn't even shifted. Like people are still, everything about this market is so speculative. People are just playing speculation. And right now, people are definitely making money on these runs and drops. The best thing you can do, honestly, since you can't time the market, is probably just make regular purchases of coins you like. Whatever coins you like. Whatever coin it is that you dream about at night. Regular purchases. So, Bitcoin outlook soars and price sheds. This is exactly what's happening. This is what all the videos I've been making, same theme. Things are good. News is good. Life is good. Positive news, red reports, red charts. Do we even need to read this? Do we even need to read this, guys? We know Bitcoin's down. We know it's down. We know that there's good news in the corner. So, skipping it. I'm skipping it. Executive call. I decided to skip it. Tezos, ICO, class action looms after motion to dismiss denied. That came out today on CoinDesk. A federal court judge in California blocked a move that sought to dismiss a class action lawsuit, alleging that the ICO conducted by the Tezos Foundation violated securities law in the U.S. Again, looking at how many cases like this you will see possibly popping up. And the decisions of those, again, weighing in on the possibility of the pending cases against Ripple Labs. What does that mean? What does that mean? Good questions. I don't know the answer. Opera to launch built-in cryptocurrency wallet for desktop browser. The firm already offers a mobile crypto wallet as part of its beta version of Opera for Android, which launched in July. The new desktop version will work with enabling users to connect their desktop browser to their existing crypto wallet, synchronizing desktop mobile apps for several years with its WhatsApp web client. Very exciting times for Opera crypto. Ripple is dying. I'm glad someone showed up. I'm glad someone like you showed up, Nicholas, because I didn't want to have to go look for you on Twitter. I knew you guys were out there. I was wondering how long we'd have to wait before I had to either go find you or you showed up. Ripple's dying, and you folks don't seem to show emotion. So there's a lot of these people in the world. There's a lot of Nicholases in the world. They're waiting in the outskirts of our social media presence and our chat rooms to tell us Ripple's dying. Well, unfortunately, you have no clue what you're talking about, because Ripple's a company, Ripple Labs is a company, and XRP is a free, neutral, interoperable digital asset that we're all very excited about because possibly we understand the technology behind it. So Ripple is not dying, and XRP is not dying either, but I appreciate your skepticism, and I appreciate you joining the room so I can confront this type of illogic, this type of fallacy, or this type of illusion. The illusion is real. The illusion's real. Believe you me, if you go watch my last video, Smart People Are Winning, the only thing I'm saying in that entire video is you can't wait for the news to tell you. Like, you can't wait for CoinDesk. You can't wait for CoinDesk to tell you invest in coins, mate. It says not going to do it right. You just can't. You can't wait for a reactive news source to give you the lowdown on something that's a speculative investment type that no one even knows. This is such a emerging, this is like the Wild West. This is like the Wild West out here. You know, no one knows. The courts are still trying to figure out all kinds of, understand this stuff. People are still trying to build and use it. People are running into this space just to like build, you know, anything they can in this space. You have malicious actors every day. So many scammers jumping around in this space, doing whatever they do. I saw the most, I feel like I need to make a whole video about this Twitter scams on Twitter, because there's so many accounts on Twitter that they're just like there's a real Elon Musk account that scams people now. I just can't understand this. Like, why does Twitter not fix that? Like, there's a lot of real scams in crypto. So it's interesting that people, I think I see people put more faith in like legitimate scam coins than XRP. It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. I don't know who these people are or what Alex Jones episodes they're watching, but a lot of just conspiracy nonsense, conspiracy theory nonsense about XRP being a banker coin, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, thanks for joining. Wherever you went, Nicholas, I guess you decided to not comment or say anything back. Thanks for joining and bringing the attention. Thanks for bringing the attention to your cause. Oh, you did respond. What did you say? You said, "Please show more emotion." Please. I mean, I can tell you about how you know, how difficult it is for you to sit there, but I can't tell you that, actually. That's such a joke. Like, I can't tell you how difficult it is. I cannot fathom the depth of another person's heart. I cannot fathom the depth of another person's comprehension. And I see people often in this space say that. I see people often in this space say, like, I definitely know more than you, guaranteed. It's like, what? What are you talking about? So, it's definitely difficult. I can understand. It's difficult. It's very counterintuitive. It's very psychologically counterintuitive. And that's exactly what we're looking at with this Yale economist idea, the investor attention and the momentum effect. You know, looking at the reality that when it's going down, it's very hard to see the utility and to see the price, the value. If you think it's hard for you guys to sit there and stay true to your investments, I think maybe it's a little bit harder for me to be here and to be a continual front of support. Because in reality, I'm really trying to remind you of all this information and all these possible key points about XRP. But I also have to recognize, the role that I have with, you know, I don't want to get too dramatic and upset and terrified and project that out into the world, because that's not really what I'm feeling right now. And that's not really what I'm feeling. I mean, I could say that it looks scary when the price is dropping if I'm worried about selling right now, but I'm not. I'm not worried about selling right now. I've already made a commitment to myself to double down and work as much as I can the next few months, even years, putting as much as I can into this time and space as it's at this opportune time, as it's at this opportune moment. There's all those pinnacle moments in people's lives where people look back and they're like, well, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? And you're like, well, I stopped listening to the people on the internet and I started looking at information and making decisions for myself. Oh, really? That sounds crazy. How'd you do it? I mean, just think back to all the people, the innovators that have changed society. Thinking about Jeff Bezos when he supported Amazon for years when people thought it was a silly idea. Thinking about the potential that Warren Buffett found in some of those failing companies when he invested in their stock shares as they were plummeting. Think about that small town in Florida that bought into Coca-Cola as the pending lawsuits with the sugar companies were literally putting people on edge about the fence, putting people on the fence about Coca-Cola. What does that mean? What does that mean? It means it gave people an opportunity that they probably would never have. They probably never would have had that opportunity. And I just made that tweet, actually. I said, if you think a coin is going to go up time 100, it's basically a David Schwartz quote. I just didn't know if I got it just right, so I didn't put David Schwartz quote. But if you think a coin's going to go up times 100x, then it should be encouraging that it's not everyone's favorite coin right now, or that people have no idea why it's good. Looking at the reality of the tech is all you have to do. Look at the reality of the tech. What does it mean moving forward? Look at the partnerships. Look at the developments, and look at the reality that most of this is based on speculation. People are speculating. People are waiting for someone else to tell them. People are waiting for someone else to tell them what to do. Lambo, thank you so much. Lambo, thank you, thank you. How many XRP are you peeps trying to get for 1 BTC? What? Is that a question? Here's some emotion stoked. We're all future millionaires. Yeah, I agree. Ooh, hey, 188 people in the room. You're right. Mr. Pace is reminding everyone, smash the like button. Smash that like button, everyone. Give it a like. And subscribe to the channel. Click that subscribe button. Why not? It means a lot. It means a lot. Thank you, Lambo. I appreciate your support. It means a bunch. It means a bunch. Bobby McFerrin. Nicholas, I'm trying to understand what you just said. I just saw your post. We need more heart-to-heart. You seem aloof towards the Ripple holders, like Bobby McFerrin would do. I like that you're referencing Bobby McFerrin, because I like him. Bip, bop, boom, that's girl that you wanted to see. Ball. But I don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand what you're saying about being aloof towards Ripple holders. There's no Ripple holders, dude. Ripple Labs is a company. Ripple Labs is a company. XRP is a digital asset. There's no Ripple holders. Go away. Or stay. I like it. I'm just kidding. You can stay. You can stay. We need to have a meetup in 2020. All right, let's do it. Your place or mine? Your place or mine? I think we can all fit in this room. Exactly, yeah. Volume has increased yet. I don't know. Let's look. Okay, let's get back to some stuff really quick, and then I got to get back to work. Ethereum Classic volumes up still, but it's below EOS. XRP volumes up above Litecoin, but it's still below Bitcoin Cash. And that's about it. Ethereum volume's pretty much the same. Ethereum volume's actually up a lot. I wonder if people are like moving into Ethereum to buy XRP. I have no idea. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. So, look at this, Rosen Law Firm security investigation into Ripple Labs. Definitely going to be bouncing around for another day or two. You might see some more slips in price. Looking at the Ripple price analysis, nosedive can test 32 cents, maybe. Not really sure. Not really sure about that. Might test even lower, 28 cents possibly. Especially looking at this, Yale economist talks about the data moving price, momentum effect, and investor attention effect. Honestly, very, very uncorrelated to utility or to function. Bitcoin outlook soars, price sheds 70%. We know that. This is exactly where we've been for a while. We kind of expected this drop to happen. This is not something I was surprised about, honestly. I was surprised that it happened all at once. I thought we'd be able to stay and maintain resistance levels at 38 cents a little longer than we did, which is why I bought a big chunk at 38 cents. But totally fine. No big deal. No big deal. And there was also something else. Here is why now's a good time to get some cheap XRP. That sounds like an article I can relate to. That sounds decent. Ralph Raymond, you didn't think it would drop so low. You know what? Let's just chat for a second. Let's just bounce back and forth. Let's have a heart to heart, guys, because I've been telling you it's gonna drop this whole time. No one believed me. No one believed me. I've been telling you guys this is gonna happen for a while, and I know I don't make a lot of bold statements, but I've said this. I've literally said this before. I've said it's gonna drop. Just wait. It'll drop further. I'm pretty sure I said those exact words, like multiple times. But yeah, it happened. It happened. So what do you think about it now? Now that I told you it happened, and it did. Yeah, exactly. Henrik's right. You know, like, as I made that decoupling video, and people were like, why are you talking about decoupling? It's already happened. It's like, no, it's not. It's not. It's not decoupled. You can see that there's even like there was a strong correlation yesterday between Ethereum and XRP. As Bitcoin price was dropping, you could see Ethereum and XRP broke off together. And Bitcoin was doing something else. And after they ended the live stream and XRP started dropping, Ethereum was basically in the red first. Ethereum and XRP shared a stronger partnership and a coupling for a moment than Bitcoin and XRP did. And in fact, you can see they were very close, mimicking each other's price up and down for a minute, up until XRP finally broke away and broke lower. So people really think about decoupling as like an on or off switch, but it's not. It's not. It's a very complex system, a very complex arrangement of exchanges and information and data, all a very, very chaotic metric. So it's a long journey to decouple. The decoupling is a long journey ahead. Bill Gould, he says that we're almost at 10K. Guys, if you are not subscribed to the channel, if 80 people in here are not subscribed to the channel and you subscribe right now, that's 10K. That's all we need. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. Maurice says he thought it wouldn't drop because he thought XRP holders were in the know, would not sell. I think, honestly, to give you my absolute insider knowledge, just so that you guys can watch other people talk about it later, here it is. Here it is. I think a big whale got word of that news a little before we did, got word of some possible opportunity to let go. I think a couple whales let go. Some bad news came. They, you know, kind of tipped it. They kind of tipped the bucket. So it was a combination. It was a combination of a few different things. There we go. That's one. There's one of 80. Ricardo, thank you. So, you know, like, yeah. What do I think it'll drop to? It's hard to say. 20-something. Hopefully not, you know, not for too long. Or maybe just long enough for everyone to get a little position in it. Honestly, I've said this before, and I think it might still be true that we'll see a continual speculative drop on XRP as Bitcoin and Ethereum might start to regain and take positions on some climbs. I don't know how long that'll happen for. I don't know if that's even real at all. Possibly Bitcoin Cash taking the third spot could really damage XRP's position as far as like the hype machine around it, really damaging some people's egos that are in XRP for the wrong reasons. And then thinking about people letting go of positions because they don't understand technology, they don't understand the likelihood of the return, and maybe even then expecting it to drop lower, people letting go, maybe right as it's about to run. So it's hard to say. You know, like people, I always warn people when they're like, oh, I think it's going to drop, so I'm going to move out. I'm going to move out into Tether. Like, well, what if that's when, you know, like sometimes it just drops momentarily and then takes a huge run. And we're at that really, really pinnacle moment where normally I might trade in and out of the market like, woo, this is fun, I'm going to make money. But right now, I don't really know when that inflow of money is going to happen. So I'm not selling. I'm just buying. I'm more about regular purchases than thinking about selling right now. Hello, is this live? No, it's a pre-recorded video, and I put it up as a live stream. Some person, some bear whale sold off 10 million. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I think some people were talking about Binance moving some money to like a different wallet. I'm not really sure. When X Rapid? I don't know.
Bold statement from Clara B. This pain will last until at least October. Expect it. Get stoked. The time is now to get your final position. Become your own whale. Throwing kisses, bunny, girl dancer, person cartwheeling, man dancing. Wash bucket loves Scruffy.
You ladies are amazing. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Clara B, you're right. It could be expected till October. I was thinking September, October. No big deal. It's hard to say. Thank you also, D. Wash bucket loves Scruffy. It's hard to say. You are making me laugh. You guys make me laugh. So definitely an opportunity to become your own whale. I agree. It's definitely an opportunity to become your own whale. It's hard to say how low it'll go, but I think that, you know, I want to say it might be a short dip just to give you guys hope, but in reality, it probably could go till October. As Clara B said, it could go to September. It could go until some person rando decides to like put in, you know, $2 billion. We have no idea. Honestly, we don't know. And that's the beauty of the chaos theory, really. That's the beauty of the possibility of like the Charlie Lee tweet from that one good meme and that one good tweet. You know, we don't know. Maybe we need to make some more XRP memes. And October, we won't have to wait till October. But in reality, yeah, we expected this to happen. We expected BTC to drop, and it has. It's under 6,500 now. Its dominance is up, and it's under 6,500. And XRP just let go of 34 cents. So we're under 33 cents. I'd say we probably will test 32, 31. We probably might test as low as 25. Might test as low as 25. What does that mean? Does that mean I regret buying at 38 cents? No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because I'm...
Hey man, don't you know it's cool to call it Ripple anymore? It's XRP, pew pay, pew pew pay, pew 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 pew. Nicholas, pew pew, be happy.
Pew pew! That's right. Pew pew, be happy. Be happy, Nicholas. Spread the standard. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate your comment. It means a lot. It means a lot. Waiting to buy more. That's the problem too. Is like I don't want to be. I know it's easy to say it's going to go till October and I'll hit 25 cents. It's easy to say that, but also, what if it doesn't? Like, what if it goes to 28 and it only goes until September? Like, what if it goes to 32 and it only stays low for another 2 weeks? I have no idea. I know. There's a lot of options that I just gave you, but that's why we always say regular purchases, and pretty much any coin you're interested in right now is a really good opportunity. I think right now is a really good opportunity. Ethereum Classic came back from its run. Tron's down to 2.5 cents, like I said it was. Going to be Neo's $22. Bitcoin Cash, 600. I'm thinking about buying one whole Bitcoin Cash and a bunch more XRP today. What do you guys think about that? Ethereum's 364. That's crazy. That's crazy. So I possibly expected maybe a little bit more, you know, a little bit more of a step down into the red. I kind of expected like 38 and some resistance and a pop, and like 36 and resistance and a pop. We just went straight for it. We just went dive bombing into the red. So potentially still looking at people letting go. A lot of people letting go, maybe just because they're concerned or they're not really sure, or maybe I saw someone the other day on Twitter saying like, "See, it's a scam. You should get out." Blah blah blah. You never know like what kind of effect those tweets have on people. Kind of going back to that Gary V quote, like, yeah, there's a lot of dark, pessimistic stuff on the internet, but that's why it's important right now for us to come, as strong as we can with our loud optimism, because that's the only way we're going to fight back. That's the only way we're going to come back. So possibly there's some really interesting opportunities right now that we haven't seen. Like, this is the lowest I think that we've seen these prices all year. This is literally the lowest you've seen these prices all year long. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy. And for anyone that's new to the space, it's interesting to think about the possibility for them to set a benchmark here, to set their positions here. Maybe they do see a few more losses. Maybe we do slip a little bit further into the red for the next month or two into October. But looking at those of you guys that have been here from January, those of you guys that have been here from December, you know, like those of you guys that have been here trudging through the trenches month after month, red market after red market, you're just like rowing through this like lake of blood. Keep rowing. Keep rowing. You guys got this. You're doing great. You're doing great. No big deal. No worries here. I'm chilling. I think that's my attitude too. Honestly, like I haven't put enough money in it for me to panic yet. Like I've put money in some dumb stuff in my life. You know what I mean? Like I put some money in some dumb stuff in my life, and I've been trying to put as much money as I can for like over a year into year, and it's still not enough. Like I think this is one of the best opportunities ever. Last year, whenever we had our first like super run in December, January, I was just like, no, I couldn't have asked for another opportunity like this. You know, like I couldn't have. I did ask multiple times.
Bill Clinton just needs to rip a nasty sax solo, then XRP will go to $10.
Crypto current is right. Crypto's current is right. Bill Clinton definitely just needs to like bust out some sax solos, possibly at swell. Possibly he'll like swell on some sax. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Do you think it'd be a good to buy Ethereum Classic before it gets listed on Coinbase? Yes, but I'm not sure what's happening with that. They said they're going to list it yesterday. It's not listed. Where is it? It's at $16, so that's way better than 19. That's way better than 19. You just bought 10K XRP, dude. Smart. Very, very smart. I like it. To the moon for you. To the moon for sure. Welcome to another big bag. Welcome to another big bag. Yeah, no, it's true. That's what that video, Roger K is right. And that's why I made that video yesterday saying smart people are winning. And it's like, honestly, one of the first times that, I mean, smart people have kind of always been winning, but there's just like there's a moment where you feel like, wait a minute, like who's running this system? Who's running this whole show? And then you realize like, oh man, like there's a lot of opportunities right now in this emerging market that it looks like people are taking positions in and moving into these systems, and they're not telling anybody. Like most people aren't telling anybody. Like if I talk to people about crypto, you know, like they're usually pretty reserved. They're pretty reserved. If I get them to open up, then they're usually like, you know, they're a little more willing to share. But if you're in XRP, buy. XRP, the base. Honestly, there's like so many moments that I want to just like make executive calls like that and just like call everyone I know, and I'm like, yo, you heard of this XRP? But it's hard because, you know, like I'm not trying to convince anyone. I want people to know about it. I want people to learn about it, but I don't want to try to like go and convince someone to get into it. So yeah, you're right. Potentially people that are in it right now, people that are in XRP right now, and that they're in it for their own reasons. They're in it because they're excited about this emerging technology. People that, you know, looking at like the simplistic approach of like refinement, just looking at simplifying these concepts down to refinement, what works, what's going to be useful. It's obvious. It's really obvious. XRP is a really, really strong candidate moving forward. Especially just watching David Schwartz talk about the future with the distributed apps and the interoperability of a distributed app marketplace, machine-to-machine micropayments. Like all these things are way, way bigger than just this one coin, Bitcoin idea. And so it's fun to watch Bitcoin take dominance right now, and Bitcoin, you know, also drop right now as people are running into it. There's just a lot of misinformation and a lot of confusion about the utility. See you at 19 cents. Okay. Kyle Lozinski, I agree. You know, like often I try to find a balance between, you know, like just my personal wishes and like what is, you know, benefit the community. My personal wishes is that it would stay low easily to November even. You know, like it would stay low easily to November, because every month that goes by that it stays below 40 cents is another huge opportunity for anyone that sees that potential. The longer the lawsuits are waiting and pending, and the longer that there's speculation about if it is even going to be, used, or if it's even going to be a real cryptocurrency, etc., etc. I still see people show up on my videos and they put XRP is a scam! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! So, a long road ahead of conversations about why this technology will still be used, why other technologies will probably still be used too. They'll all be hanging out, doing their thing in the crypto club. So, what do you guys think about the low? Are you guys literally thinking just whatever we were at, 40 cents? Were you literally thinking 40 cents was the bottom, and then you saw this 33 cents bottom? It's probably pretty shocking. Probably pretty shocking. I can understand. And in reality, like, I can understand that it's hard to see 40 cents, think that that's a resistance level, and then see it go further. It's probably like psychologically challenging if you're thinking like, well, why doesn't everybody else see the value in it? And that's just one of those challenges of groupthink. It's one of those challenges of people just following the herd, referencing. Again, the only two articles we need to look at today: the momentum effect, referenced here in the best time to buy Bitcoin according to Yale data, the momentum effect, and the investor attention. So, looking at the Google Trends search to see like what's happening, what people are searching. People are still searching Bitcoin. People are still searching EOS. So, whatever. Let it be. Let it be what it is. You just saw a video from a guy saying XRP is a Ponzi scheme worse than BitConnect. Those are the kind of things that honestly, like, they're funny. I know they're funny, and you and I think that it's ridiculous, but those are the kind of things that really they weigh in on people that don't know. Like that actually, even though it sounds funny to you and me because we understand it's a joke. Like that's why I like to make really kind of like cerebral satirical videos, because if you can't tell it's a joke, then no one is going to explain it to you. You know what I mean? Like if you can't see the difference between XRP and BitConnect, then no one can explain it to you. Like that, I'm sorry. That's just the way the world works now. Okay, that's why I made that video. Smart people are winning. It should be fun to watch. If you guys haven't watched it today, you guys can go watch it. If you guys are feeling down as XRP price plummets, that's probably the best one that you guys can check out. It's probably gonna, at least I'll try to promise it'll bring a smile to your face. I can't guarantee that, but I try to do my best for you. I knew today was gonna be a hard day for some of you guys. I know some of you guys take it with stride. I know some of you guys have a strong willpower, and you're very informed, and you have good bearings about you, so you're not concerned. Again, looking at those people that are maybe feeling a little bit more uneasy, you can go watch this one. Smart people are winning. Google and XRP. I didn't really want to make too strong of a correlation between Google and XRP here because it's just a Google SDK developer pack, but I did. I put Google and XRP on there. So go watch that. It's speculative about my previous video, but is it XRP? And that was potentially like one of the things I thought was worth mentioning. I put this up today too on my Twitter. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, you should. I don't know how else I can tweet XRP to you. In the early days of Bitcoin, I think everyone was thinking they would use Bitcoin for everything. And actually what we did was rebuild the interoperability problem. Transformational stuff. Micropayments, dApps, machine-to-machine payments, even an ecosystem of dApps. An ecosystem of distributed applications. So what's really exciting is possibility that, we're still seeing this progression of the conversation arriving at the entrance. The gate to the garden of crypto is Bitcoin. The gate to the garden of crypto is Bitcoin. People are still showing up thinking Bitcoin is the coin that's going to do everything. And it's only a few stepping stones away for them to realize, like, well, actually Bitcoin sucked for that micropayment. Actually, Bitcoin sucked for that machine-to-machine payment. What are we going to use for that? What should we build on top of? I don't know. It's hard to say. So putting out this tweet today, really trying to remind people the progression we're in. People are still looking at the early days of Bitcoin as a reference to people thinking Bitcoin's going to solve everything. Bitcoin's not going to solve everything. And also, this I thought would be a good. It's kind of like a David Schwartz quote. I just couldn't remember the quote exactly, so I just made it up. If you expect a token to go times 100x or times 100, then it shouldn't surprise you if it's undervalued right now. That's actually the best indicator it could have that possible high return. I'm pretty sure I think I saw David Schwartz say this. And then I made fun of myself a little bit. I said hashtag I think a lot. Hashtag that's how I'm so smart. Hashtag C. Hashtag XRP Moon. XRP Moon was 6 O's. XRP Moon was 6 O's. You know why? The 6 decimals after the point in XRP. Someone the other day commented on my video, and I need to go probably answer him directly, but he said something about how can I send at 1 XRP if it goes up to $100? And I looked at the comment a couple times. I don't know if anybody's in the room that doesn't understand this, but 1 XRP, it's 1. It has 6 zeros behind it, not 8. I saw someone the other day trying to use XRP Tipbot, and they sent 0.000000001 with 8 integers, or 8 decimals away from the 1. That's only Bitcoin. Bitcoin has 8 decimals. XRP has 6. So, easiest way to imagine that is like 1 XRP is a million drops. A million drops. So you can send like a 1/1,000,000th of an XRP. So an XRP can be divisible into a million drops. That's how it solves that solution of what if XRP goes to $100 per XRP? What will we do? Well, we'll use the drops. We'll use the micro portions of it. And XRP does not have 8 decimals. It has 6. Bitcoin has 8. XRP has 6. Okay, so I saw someone commenting about that the other day, and I thought that I'd just address that really quick in the live stream. And someone says, XRP's dropping right now. It looks like it's down to 33.16. 33.16. It's going to 32 now. Are you looking at it in Binance? Because CoinMarketCap's always a little bit slow. If you're looking at it in Binance, it's probably more real time. Probably more real time. More real time. So down 19%. Looking at XRP 33 cents. It's headed down. It's headed down there, guys. I told you it was going to do it. I'm not trying to say I was right, but I was right. Your 30 cents buy-in is waiting. Nice. Nice, nice. I'm trying to catch up with you guys' comments. There was like a whole slew of comments there for a second. You guys get to go trade while I'm doing live streams, so you're fortunate. One of these days, there's going to be something happening, like in the middle of a live stream. I'm just going to be like, that's it! Like, turn it off, just so I can go trade. Look at TradeView. It's at 32 cents. It drops with BTC. That's true. Henrik's right, but it's not an absolute. Henrik, you're saying it dropped when BTC started dropping. Then, I mean, yes, you're right. It is paired to BTC still. It's coupled. It will drop with BTC. But yesterday, BTC stabilized at 6,500, and XRP went to, it kept dropping for a minute. So sometimes there's a reality to the initiating the drop, but there could be more movement, separate from Bitcoin. Separate from Bitcoin. Well, that's about it. That's about all we're going to do. The news around XRP is pretty much that people are still really on the fence, speculative about it at best. People are panic selling. Don't do it. If you are going to do it at your own risk. Again, looking at, people if you're trying to make a quick buck, trying to trade up and down, best of luck to you. Hopefully you're a day trader and you know what you're doing. If you're just speculating and you think you're going to be able to pull in and out at the right time, maybe just don't do it, especially if you don't have that much. Maybe just buy more. Don't worry about trading your XRP and like losing money by getting in and out at the wrong time. So a lot of good positions to get in right now. I just saw Joel talk about ADA, 10 for $1. I'm definitely going to buy more Cardano at this price. I'm definitely looking at getting some more XRP today, even though I got some tomorrow. I'm thinking about buying a whole Bitcoin Cash and another whole Ethereum because they're under some pretty interesting benchmarks. The lowest prices we've seen all year. The lowest prices we've seen all year. So don't be a Nicholas. Don't show up and worry about other people's coins. Pick one you like. Do some research. Do your own research. Look at the charts. Look at the team. Think about where you want to be in 5 years. And make some positions and some moves on your own. If you have a coin you believe in, any coin you believe in, now is the time. Now's the time. I'm happily trading all my fiat. Any fiat I have is worthless to me now. Fiat, you're dead to me now. You're dead to me. This is the moment I was waiting for. This is the moment I was waiting for. And Clara B's right. We might be dropping all the way until October. We might be dropping all the way till September, October, November. I'm not sure. But I told myself, basically like 8 months ago, if I had this opportunity, I wouldn't waste it. And so I'm staying true to myself. I'm happy about this potential opportunity to see these positions again this year. This might be the only time you can see some of these positions this year. And then maybe they'll last for a month or two. Maybe they won't. I don't know. Expecting to see some kind of bounce probably, but not really a full bull run, but definitely a bounce after this drop. What does that mean? Where will we see some good levels? Where are we headed? Tune in tomorrow to find out. Tune in tomorrow to find out. If you guys were looking at how to get a Ledger Nano, or if you want to get into Binance and look at the depth chart, all the links you need are in my description. If you guys like the beats for my intro, the link's in the description to get to the guy's Twitter or to his SoundCloud, Gertie Beats. He's really cool. If you guys want Robinhood, if you want into Robinhood, links in the description. So many links in the description. Don't forget to click subscribe as well. If you haven't, click subscribe to this channel. If you haven't, click like for this video. Smash that like button. And that's it. That's all we're going to do. Pretty much another huge opportunity. There's two ways to look at it. You can, think that this is a huge loss or the biggest opportunity of the year. I'm going to go with the latter. S-body gnarly. You're confusing what I'm saying. I'm saying it's dead to me. Okay? Dead to me. Don't be a Nicholas. Drink lots of water. Get some movement. Challenge yourself. Remember, you can do this. I believe in you. You can do it. I believe in you. That's all we're going to do. Farewell. Farewell. Have a good day. Maybe get outside and do some movement and get some breathing in. Maybe turn off some screens. Turn off some screens. Stop looking at the price chart. If you're not buying, you don't need to look at it. You don't need to look at it. Okay? So turn it off. Go chill in the garden. Farewell. That's all we're going to do. That's it. Cheers. Farewell. Have a great day until I see you next time.